Hey there, welcome back to Coding Stuff, and in this video we'll fetch images from Pixabay API and we'll use Volley library to fetch the API. Okay, so first of all open your Google Chrome and just search for Volley library dependency and just click on the first link, and also we'll require the glide library, so glide dependency to load the images from URL. So we'll copy this Volley implementation and I will paste it in the build.gradle app level over here, and also will require glide library. So just we copy implementation and annotation processor as well, and I will paste it over here. So click on the sync now. Okay, so now we will see how we can get API from Pixabay. So first search for Pixabay and we'll search here for animal, hit enter, and again we'll just write Pixabay API and hit on the first link, that is Pixabay API documentation. So you need to create an account for getting access to API. So I have created already. So this is my key and what I need to do. So just click on this link and it will open the JSON file. So what I will do, I will just copy this animal from here, keyword, and I will paste it over here. So yellow flowers is a keyword. I will just delete it and I'll paste that keyword that we want, and I will hit on the enter. So this is the easiest way. There are other ways as well, but I feel this is the easy one. Okay, so this image has a keyword as all bird and animal. So okay, so as you can see in the tags we have all bird and animal, and the second image contains Iceland, Arctic fox, something like that. So as you can see, Iceland, Arctic fox and fox. So this is the URL that we want. So I'll just copy this and we'll try to fetch these images in our app, and I will just minimize this. Okay, so over here I will just search for recycler view and I will drag it over here. We'll constrain it horizontal in parent and vertical in parent, which will be match constraints. Okay, and we'll provide ID to it. So recycler view, and we'll just find its ID over here. So private recycler view, let's name it as a recycler view. We'll find its ID. So recycler view find view by ID, r.id dot recycler view, and we'll set some properties. So set has fixed size and will has true over here. Then recycler view dot set layout manager, new linear layout manager, and we'll pass in the context. Okay, so now we'll create one model class. So just hit on your package name, new Java class, and I will name it as item, and we'll create 3 or 2 variables. So string, first will be the image URL, and then int likes. So we'll be retrieving this, let me show you. Okay, so we'll be retrieving this web format URL. This contains the image URL, and then we'll just retrieve this likes and we'll retrieve the tags. Okay, and then private, okay, just we can just try it over here. So tags, and then we'll just create one constructor of this class. So public item, and here we'll pass in the string image URL, string tags, and int likes. Then we'll just set them. So this dot image URL equals to image URL, this dot tags equals to tags, and the last one, this dot likes equals to likes, and then I will just right click over here and hit on generate getters. We'll just require getters over here, so hit OK. Okay, so that's it for the model class. Now we need to create one layout for holding the each item, so just click on the layout and new layout resource file, name it as each post. Okay, each post .xml, hit OK. So first of all, we'll just change this height to wrap content, and then we'll have card view, which will be match parent and height will be wrap content. We'll provide margin over here, so margin of 15 dp, and inside this we'll create another constraint layout, so constraint layout, and this will be match parent. Okay, so first we'll add image view over here, so image view, and this will be match parent, no, this will be, let's say 250 dp. Okay, and we'll provide id to it, so id will be, let's image view, and we'll write scale type as a center crop. Okay, so now I think we can constrain them. So this is our image view, horizontal parent and top to the parent as well. Then we have constraint layout, so required view, then we'll just constrain it horizontal parent and one to the top. Okay, so we'll have text view for tag, so wrap content and wrap content text. Let's write anything here, let's write text view, and we'll provide id to it, so id will be tags, and we'll just increase the size, so text size, this will be 15 sp, and we'll change the text color as well, so text color will be black. Okay, then we'll require another text view, so text view wrap content and wrap content, id will be likes, and let's provide some text as likes, and the text color black, text size to 15 sp. Okay, so now we need to constrain them, so this is the tag, so I'll just constrain it over here, and top of this will be constrained to image view, and then I'll just drag this over here. So we'll provide some margin from the top as 8 dp, and from here 16 dp, and again we'll just constrain this one to the text view, and we'll provide some margin of 16 dp, and top to the image view, and this will be 8 dp. We can put this as a 16 dp, and this will be also 16 dp. Okay, so we can just increase the size of this text view to 17 sp, and also this one, so 17 sp. Okay, so design is totally depends on you how you want to create. So that's it for the design. So now we'll create one adapter, so just hit on the package Java class, and let's name it as a post adapter, and this will extend to the cycle view dot adapter. Here we need to pass in a class, so public class post holder, and this will extend to the cycle view dot view holder, and I will just press alt enter to create a matching constructor, and then we'll pass post holder over here, alt enter to implement methods. Okay, so over here we'll write image view image view, and then we have text view as a likes, or we can name it as m likes and m tags. Also we'll create one view, so view equals to, we'll make it item view, and then we'll create separate methods to set the values to this image view and text view. So first will be public void set image view, and here we'll receive the URL, so string URL, and then we'll find its ID. So image view equals to view dot find view by ID, r.id dot image view, and then we'll use glide library to set the image. So glide dot width, here we need to pass the context. Okay, so over here we'll write context, and also we'll create one list, so list, and here we need to pass the item, so item, and name it as a post list. And also we'll create constructor of this class, so public post adapter, and here we need to pass context, and also the list, and we'll name it as a post list. Now we'll just set it, so this dot context equals to context equals to post list. Okay, so over here context dot load, and here we'll pass in this URL dot into the target is image view, and then semicolon. So I just need to write t over here. Okay, then we'll create one method for m likes, so public void set m likes, set m likes. So here we'll receive the int that will be like count, so m likes equals to view dot find view by ID, r.id dot likes, and then m likes dot set text, and this will be likes plus we'll concatenate it with the likes. Okay, so this will be the count, and we'll just concatenate it with the likes. You can provide one space over here. Then public void set m tags, and here we'll receive the string, so string tag, so m tags equals to view dot find view by ID, sorry, r.id dot tags, then m tags dot set text, and here we pass in this tag. Okay, so that's it for the inner class. So in the get item count, we'll write post list dot size. Okay, so in the on create view holder, we just need to inflate the layout, so view and view equals to layout inflator dot from, here we need to pass in the context dot inflate r dot layout dot each post, and then parent and false. So we'll just return this, so return new post view holder, and here we need to pass the m view. Okay, so that's it for this on create view holder. Now we'll jump to on bind view holder. So first of all we'll create one instance of item class, so item, name it as item equals to our post list dot get, and here we need to pass this position. Then we'll call holder dot set m image view, and here we'll pass in this at item dot get image URL, and then holder dot set tags, and here we'll pass in the item dot get tags, and then holder dot set likes and item dot get likes. Okay, so that's it for the adapter. Now we are just remaining with the one thing, that is to load the image from Pixabay API. So for that we'll need one request queue, so private request queue, that will come from com.android.volley, and we'll name it as a request queue. So to initialize request queue, we can just do it directly over here, but instead we'll use better practice. So that is to create Singleton class for creating the instance of request queue. So just hit on your package name Java class, and we'll name it as Volley Singleton. So if you want to know Volley Singleton in detail, you can check out the video in the I button. So first of all, we'll require one request queue variable. So request queue, and then we'll create instance of this class. So private, we can make this private as well. So private and static. So it will be available without creating the object. So Volley Singleton, and we'll name it as an instance. So now we need to create constructor of this class. So private, and we'll make it private. So private Volley Singleton, and here we pass in the context request queue equals to Volley dot new request queue, and here we need to pass in the context dot get application context. So this will be available for throughout the application. So we cannot instantiate this class from outside. So to create instance of this class, we need to create another method. So that will be public static and synchronized. So that this is thread safe. Only one thread can access this method at a time, and we'll name it as get an instance. And again we need to pass the context over here. So context. So in this method we'll check if the instance is not null. So first we'll check if it is null. So if the instance is not created till now, so we'll just create it over here. So instance equals to new Volley Singleton, and here we'll pass in this context and then semicolon. So if the instance is already created, we'll just return it. So return an instance. So now we just need to create one method to return the request queue. So this type will be request queue, and we'll name it as a get request queue, and this will not take any parameter, it will just return this request queue. Okay, so if you want to know Singleton Volley Singleton in details, you can check out the video that is in the I button, and also I will provide the link in the description box. Okay, so now in the main activity we'll just initialize our request queue. So request queue equals to, we'll call this Volley Singleton class dot get instance, and we'll pass the context this dot get request. Okay, oh, we made this method as a private, so my mistake, and public. Now get request queue and semicolon. Okay, so to fetch the images from the API, we'll create one method. So fetch, let's name it as a fetch data, and put semicolon. Click on the red bulb, create method in the main activity. So over here we'll create one string that will be URL, quotations and semicolon. So just copy this link, Control C, and paste it over here. Okay, and make sure this is HTTPS secure one. And one thing I forgot, we need to add internet permission in our manifest file. So users permission and internet, close it. Okay, so let's have a look on this API. So first of all, we have this total. So I guess this is the number of posts, and we have this big gigantic object. As you can see, the open curly braces over here, and the important one, we have this head array. So this is the key, and we have this array, and it contains the number, it contains the post. So lots of post over here. So we'll just retrieve this tags, image URL and likes, and you can retrieve this comment, downloads as well. So it's totally depends on you. So at the first we are receiving the JSON big object, so we just need to create JSON object request. So JSON object request, and we'll name it as a JSON object request, new JSON object request, and here we need to pass several parameters. So the first parameter is request, this one, com.android.volley.method and .get, and then comma, and we need to pass the URL of API. Then we'll pass null and new response listener, and the last one, that is the error listener, so comma, new error listener. And in this method we'll just display one toast, that will be error.getMessage. So if you are having problem to understand this, you can check out the playlist, that is JSON and API, and watch that playlist from start, and you will get idea about the JSON and APIs, all that stuff. Okay, so the important one is this on response method. So the response contains this whole big object, so we need to fetch the required data, or what data we want to retrieve. We'll just fetch it from this response. Okay, so from this big object we want this heads. So this is an array, so we'll just write here JSON array, and we'll name it as JSON array. This will come from response dot get JSON array, and here we need to pass the heads. So this is giving error because of the try catch block, so surround with try catch block, and this will be happy. Okay, so now we are into this, but we need to retrieve all of these posts one by one. So of course we need to use for loop. So for int I, it will start from 0, then I dot JSON array dot length, then I plus plus. Okay, again, then we have this object, so object inside the array, so we need to request for JSON object. So JSON object equals to JSON array dot get JSON object, and here we need to pass the I and then semicolon. Okay, so now we are into each object. So from here we can just retrieve anything that we want. So first of all we'll try to retrieve the web format URL. So it's pretty easy, just create one string, so string, and this will be image URL, I guess, and this will be JSON object dot get string, and here we need to pass the key. So web format URL is the key. I'll just copy it from here, so Control C, and I'll paste it over here. Then we have the likes, so int likes equals to JSON object dot get int, and the key is likes, I guess, or we'll check. So the key is likes, and then we need this tag, so string tags equals to JSON object dot get string, and here we need to pass the key, that is tags, and put semicolon. Okay, so we need to create one list over here, so private list, and we pass in the item over here, post list, or we can just name it as m list. So we'll initialize it over here, so m list equals to new array list. Now we'll create one item instance, so let's name it as post equals to new item, and here we need to pass these parameters. So first is image URL, and then tags, I guess, and likes. Let me just check it again, tags and likes. Okay, tags and likes. Then we need to add this in our list, so m list dot add, and here we'll pass in this post. Okay, so that's it. So just after this we'll create one adapter. So our adapter name is post adapter. So post adapter equals to new post adapter, and here we need to pass the context. So main activity dot this and the list, that is m list. So now we just need to set this adapter to our recycler view. So recycler view dot set adapter, and here we'll pass in this adapter, and again we can just notify our adapter that dataset change. So notify dataset change, and the last thing that we need to do, okay, so over here we'll call our request queue. So request queue dot add, and here we need to pass the JSON object request, this one. Okay, so that's it. I guess it will run. So let me just select this Pixel 2 API, and I will hit on the run button. So it is installed. So as you can see, it loads all the images and the tags, likes. So let me just open the Google Chrome. Okay, so as you can see, first image over here is this one, and as you can see, the same image, 1834 likes, 1834 likes, and the second one is this, as you can see. So if I scroll down this, Google Chrome just minimize itself. Okay, so this is working fine. We have retrieved all the images. As you can see, this is still loading, maybe because of slow internet connection. Okay, so this is working fine, and let me just close this. So if you want source code of this app, I'll just put it in the description box so you can check it out. So in the upcoming videos we'll work with other APIs, and that's it for this video, and thank you for watching.